Hello students, welcome in today's session. Today we are going to learn translation. This is the last step in a central dogma. In the central dogma, DNA converts into mRNA. Conversion of DNA into mRNA is called as transcription and conversion of mRNA into protein is called as a translation. So this is the last step which we are going to see today. In the translation, you know that three RNAs are playing important role. You know, DNA's whatever information is there in the form of gene is transcribed in the form of mRNA. This information of a DNA carried by mRNA in the cytoplasm. Now according to this information, amino acids will be sequenced and a type of protein is formed. Right. Now in this we will see the first tRNA's role to carry an amino acid. Before this we have seen the structure of tRNA. You know that the tRNA has anticodons which will be attached to the mRNA and one of the loop is there where the amino acid will be attached. When the amino acid will be attached to the tRNA, this is called as amino acetylation and this will be done by an enzyme amino acyl tRNA synthetase. See here how this process will take place. This is a particular amino acid. It will attach with the ATP because for this process energy is required. So this energy is taken from the ATP molecule. You know that ATP is a energy giving structure. So when amino acid will be attached with the ATP, amino acyl tRNA synthetase enzyme, this enzyme will be worked for this combination joining amino acid with the ATP to form amino acid AMP. ATP means adenosine triphosphate. From that 2 phosphate groups are released and 1 phosphate group is left. So from the ATP, AMP is formed, adenosine monophosphate attached with the amino acid. This structure, amino acid along with the AMP added specific tRNA, whatever its anticodon is there, based on that tRNA will come and attach to this structure. This is called as a charging of a tRNA or amino acyl tRNAs. Now after this AMP molecule will also be released and this amino acid will be attached to a tRNA. Earlier in the tRNA structure I said that there is 3' end of the tRNA on which ACC sequence is there. On that hydroxyl group is there. It will be attached to the amino acid COOH group and this tRNA along with specific amino acid structure is formed. This is called as a charged tRNA. After tRNA, there is one more type of RNA, that is rRNA, which is again plays a very important role in a translation process. Let's see the structure of rRNA. rRNA means ribosomal RNA. In ribosomal RNA, this is the ribosomal RNA. It has 2 units. One is the larger subunit and this one is the smaller subunit. How they work in translation process? They help in reading the mRNA sequence. So it is a reader of mRNA. You know the structure of mRNA. It has a sequence of codons, right? So whatever is transcribed from the DNA. So this sequence of the codons will be read by this rRNA or a ribosomal rRNA. Whenever this translation process begins, these 2 units are there. It will be joined on the mRNA. Smaller will be joined at the lower side, larger will be joined at the upper side. Now in eukaryotes it is of 80S rRNA or a ribosome. S means Cederberg's unit, right? So it has larger and smaller subunit. Larger will have 60S and smaller will have 40th. Don't plus it. It is a type of RNA. This is the subunit of 60 and this is the subunit of 40th. Together gives 80 as ribosome. So as it will be joined from the lower and above side of the mRNA, it will start to read the codon. Right? If you see here very clearly, there are two sockets or the structure. This is called as a P site and this is called as a site on the larger subunit. These are again playing important role for the reading of a codon. Next, see the third type of RNA is mRNA, which is full of a codon. Now we will see the process of translation, how it takes place. As you know that there is a mRNA which comes from the nucleus in the cytoplasm. At the first, where AUG starting codon is there, at that place this ribosomal RNA will go and attach. Right? Smaller will be attached from the lower side, larger will be attached from the upside. And here two sites are there, P site and A site. On that particular, these sites are there actually for the tRNA which is bringing the amino acid. Now you can see here this is one tRNA which is on this side attached with the amino acid and this amino acids form a chain. And this is another tRNA which is coming on this side. So this is also coming with the particular amino acid. So how this bonding between the tRNA and amino acid takes place, this we have seen in the charging of the tRNA. Once the tRNA is get charged, it will come and attach to this P site. See ahead. Here you can see this is the strand of the mRNA. First sequence is there, the met amino acid. As you know that every mRNA's first triplet codon will be met because this is the starting codon. So the first amino acid will be met, then whatever the respective triplets are there, this rRNA will go on reading that and the respective tRNAs will bring the amino acid. When these two tRNAs are lying very close to each other on P site and A site, then obviously the bond will be formed between these two amino acids. This is called as the peptide bond. This amino acid will be shifted to the next tRNA with the help of the bond. This tRNA will be get free and released. Now see here, this first codon is that AAU. So for that anticodon UUC which have this tRNA get activated. This AAG, this codon actually codes for the lysine. So that amino acid will be get attached with the tRNA, get activated, come, and actually it will be first attached on this P site whenever this ribosome would be here, right? Whenever this attachment is done of anticodon with the mRNA, then ribosomes this shifted ahead little bit to read the next triplet. Now automatically as this tRNA remains attached with this triplet, only ribosome is shift ahead, then automatically this tRNA which was earlier on the P site gets shifted to the A site and this P site was the empty. Then the next codon is that CCU whose anticodons are GGA. That respective tRNA along with the amino acid which codes for CCU is proline come along with that tRNA and attach to the P site. Now on this rRNA both the sites are occupied. Earlier with the tRNA lysine and the next tRNA with proline. Now this lysine must be attached with all these earlier triplets amino acids chain is there. Now this lysine will be formed bond with the proline. This bond will be the peptide bond, and once this peptide bond is formed, then this whole chain is get shifted along with the proline. So this is the first amino acid, then second, third, fourth, fifth, and this will be the sixth, right? So once this whole chain is shifted on this tRNA will be free, and as like this earlier tRNA, it is also get again free, and again go back to bring their respective amino acids whenever it is needed, right? So again now this ribosome will be shift ahead, and the next triplet they will read, that is CUA, and along with that the respective tRNA along with this amino acid will come. When it will be shift ahead, automatically this is what they are on the P site will be shifted to the A site, and again P site will be empty. New tRNA with the amino acid will come and attach to its P site over here. Again the bond will be formed between the amino acid, and the chain will goes on elongating. This process will be continue till the stop codons will not come. Whenever at the end the stop codons will become, we have seen that there are 3 stop codons. So out of that any one codon will be there at the end. Then these 3 stop codons are not coding for any particular amino acid. So there are no tRNA is coming with any amino acid. So automatically here the chain which is forming with the polypeptide bond will be break, and this chain will get separate, and the particular sequence of amino acid is nothing but a protein. So in this way a particular protein is formed. So in this way the mRNA sequence of codons codes for particular sequence of amino acids gives a particular protein, and this process is known as a translation. mRNA gives protein. So here the translation is over. So in this way translation takes place. Prepare well, very important point. 5 marks question also will be asked on this translation process, or sub questions will be asked as A, B, C. Based on that tRNA will be asked, mRNA will be asked, rRNA will be asked, their particular structures will be asked. In prokaryotic, in eukaryotic functions it will be asked, or sometimes or this diagram may be asked. Sites on the ribosomal RNA, P site, A site is there. Based on that question will be asked, or whole process of translation will be also asked. Rarely it will be asked the full question for explanation for 5 marks, because CBSE generally asks the sub questions A, B, C. So 2 marks, 2 marks, 1 marks, or 3 marks, 2 marks, like that questions will be asked. So this point is very important. Prepare well. All the best.